title is at home. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. Today is a glue booking day, and I'm going to be starting a new en masse glue book. And I want to show you what I'm going to use for that. I've been inspired to do this by watching many of Nicole from Relax Cut and Glue's videos, as well as Fatbird Finds videos, and I'll link both of their channels below here so that you can see. And without further ado, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using for my glue book, and then I thought I'd show you how I set it up and we could see that together. So I bought this music manuscript book, which I thought was a great one to start with because it has a nice ring binding. It's A4 size, which is close to US letter size. So depending on where you live in the world, you would either have inches or centimeters. In South Africa, we have centimeters. And what I liked about it is that there's only 32 pages, so that makes 64 either side. And they're not terribly thin. They're a reasonable weight of page. So I thought it would be fun. So it has the music staves, which I plan on covering completely. And I've decided, because I've never done an en masse book before, I want to use, I'm not going to use all of these categories because there are a lot of them, but I've downloaded them from Nicole's Facebook group, so I will put a link for that as well. She has a lovely Facebook group for people that enjoy glue booking, and she has this as a free download, so I want to give credit to her for making these categories and for giving us the opportunity to use them. And I've printed them onto a light, about a 60-gram cardstock, and I'm going to cut them, and then I'll decide what I'm going to use. I think for some places like people, dogs, cats, maybe even birds, I will give myself 2 pages, and for other things I'll give myself 1 page, and I think it will be a front and a back. I think that's how I'm going to go. But I liked, there were some things here like washi tape and candy wrappers, and I thought that was kind of fun. And I've decided in this glue book I am going to be using both magazine and from either Etsy or collage book cutouts, because at the moment I'm still starting and I don't have too much of anything. So I'm going to use my 2 cutters to cut these out, and I've already rounded the edges using a brand new corner rounder that I got from Temu. This arrived the other day, and I would like an opinion, please, from you guys before I go further. I also bought myself this tabletop for filming on, and I thought it was just the wood stripes, but it comes with wood background on it, and I don't like that. What's your opinion? Should I return it? Should I try returning? I've never yet returned anything to Temu, so it will be a new experience. If I do return it, would you like to know how the return goes? Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to get back to the glue book. Okay, so I've cut out the category slips that I'm going to be using for my en masse book. Whenever there's anything to do with numbers, I get myself confused. So the 32 pages is actually talking about page 1 and page 2 there. So it's actually 16 pages. So I've chosen 16 categories, which is for me really helpful because it's my first en masse book, and I think it's going to be less overwhelming to have the fewer. And I've also chosen to organize them into alphabetical order. So the categories I've chosen are art, books, candy, cats, clothes, coffee, dogs, famous men, famous women, food, perfume, cologne, QR codes, which I thought is a fun one, and there's quite a lot around, stickers, which I wanted to be able to use, tea, which I love, washi tape, and wild animals. So I think that will be some fun categories, and I'm going to glue them along the side here. So I'll come back and show you how I'm gluing them once I've done one or two to start with. So I've already made one mistake, but we'll see if you notice it later on. So I'm just going to show you how I'm doing this. I've got the little tag. I'm gluing it, I hope you're on screen, on the beneath the writing, just with my glue stick. And then I'm going to the page I wanted to go on, to the back side of that. Then I'm bringing the previous page up to see where that name is, and I'm trying to align it just next to it. I'm going to run out of space later on, and I'll do one more on camera like this. This is now dogs. Just gluing it beneath the writing. I should maybe have cut the top off here a bit more. I might do that once I'm done. Going to the page I want it to be for, bringing the previous page up, putting it along there. Dogs. So it's not going to be exact at all, but it will be workable for me, which is great. Okay, I'm going to do the rest off camera. I'll do the last few with you. I've gone back up to the top again. So I'm just going to do, I did that the wrong way. Oh dear, so I'm going to let that one dry because I put the glue on the wrong side. I'm just going to wipe it off with a wet wipe. And I might need to print that one again, but I'll see if it dries okay. QRS. The minute I start filming, I get anxious and then I do the wrong thing. So I'm sorry about that. But it also is helpful for you to see that other people also make mistakes. So I'm going to spread this a little bit lower. Got 4 more. So let me bring this one up and see. How that does. I'm going to bring it up, put it here maybe. Stickers. Got glue on the other side as well, goodness me. ST. I have my lunch in the oven. It's a nice macaroni and bacon and cheese mix. So I'm just going to do these randomly down here. Tea. And then washi tape. I'm excited about having the washi one to use to make a page with my washi tape. So I'm not quite sure if I should do them in straight stripes or if anybody knows of somebody that's done an en masse book with a washi tape page. Let me know. I'd love to have a look at what some other people have done. That will be exciting. And wild animals. I have quite a lot of magazines living in South Africa with wild animals. Now somehow I've got an extra page. I obviously didn't count correctly. I'll go and find one more category to add. Whoops, there's still the one that was a bit damp up above. I'll use that one. Silly me. Oh dear. So let's see what we've got. We've got art, books, cats, candy, clothes, coffee, dogs, famous people, famous women. No, that can't be famous people. That is just famous men. Where did I see people? I'm just making it up. Famous men, famous women. That's gone a bit wonky. I must cut it straight. Let's see if I can cut it straight without messing it up. There we go. Famous women. Food. Then perfume and cologne. Stickers. That's also gone a bit wonky. It was quite hard. I used a guillotine kind of paper cutter thing, but it was quite hard to get these straight. Tea, washi tape, wild animals, and QR codes, which I might put some sticky tape over. I'll give it a chance to dry and see what happens. So now we've got the cover, and I was trying to decide. I will put the words on, but I have not decided where I'll find the letters yet. I haven't found any I like, but I liked two of the backgrounds in this collage and cut the spring edition book, which is by Bridget Pam Whitney, but I didn't want to actually use the whole page. I've got this page and this page. Nope, this page. So the thing is, I like the things on this side and I like the things on this side. So I actually took them to our print shop and got them to scan in, and I printed them to be able to use them. So I was actually really grateful to her for having these extra ones, and I've taken the white off, but it makes them a little bit small. So I'm going to put them on. So I've cut these with a paper trimmer, but somehow or other I still managed to get this one skew. Don't ask me how, but I can manage things like that without too much trouble. So I'm just going to glue these on. I've sped this up a little bit so that the video is not too long. And I'm going to glue them on, and then I think I will do some washi and stuff around it, around the covers, once the glue has dried, and I think I'll do that off screen. I'm using my art glitter glue, and I really like that. It works well, and then I'm using a little bit of my glue stick as well in between. And I'm just going to try very hard to position this nicely. And I want to try not to get it too close to the ring binding. I'll rather put washi there where I can butt that a little bit away from the ring binding, because the previous book that started as an art journal that I completed and did glue booking, I ended up getting stuff sort of stuck in the binding, so I need to be careful with that. And I just need to trim this edge off. I do find trimming the edges off quite tricky. So I don't know why I find that difficult. Perhaps I should attempt to use like a cutting mat underneath and a paper trimmer with my new metal ruler and see if I do that better. I'll probably cut half the book away. So now I'm going to put the front on. At least this one is straight. Yay! Hooray! I'm so pleased with myself for getting that right. I love this image. I love the whole Japanese theme. And I'm going to look for a Japanese kind of a font to write on mass art, and I'm going to print that. I do not have a color printer. I do have a black and white printer. So I'm going to print that in big letters and cut that out and glue them on. And the next video, I'll show you what I've done with that. And then we can glue a little bit in my new book. And I hope that you'll join me for that. So I want to thank you so much for watching this with me and for spending time. I do hope you will like the video. I hope that it's given you some joy, and I want to wish you all a really great and creative week. Have lots of fun. Bye-bye now.